All right, welcome again, my friends. Welcome back to the basement. Let's just say the shit out of that.
We're in a basement. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, cool. Anyways, so today we're making. What are we making, Todd?
We're gonna do Negroni Sour, I believe.
Negroni Sour. So what does that mean?
Sour usually means that you are mixing citrus and sugar in like a sour mix kind of mixture with booze. So like whiskey sour, any kind of stuff like that. The old authentic version has got egg white in it. If you go to a dive bar and get the neon sour out of a gun, you're gonna get something a lot different, a lot more tangy,
Totally.
neon colored.
So word to the wise: be careful where you ask for a sour at. One question I used to ask as a bartender whenever someone would order a whiskey sour from me was, or any kind of sour, was, do you want sour mix or do you want the one with the egg white? Sometimes, like, it was 50-50. People wanted sour mix or the one with the egg white.
Some people are grossed up at raw egg white in a drink.
Totally. Some people see it as the height of elegance.
Exactly.
And those are
It's
my
like
people.
foie gras.
Those are my people. I see it as the height of elegance. And I want to say that, so we talked earlier about Negronis and about how I always serve Negronis on the rocks. But today we're serving the Groni. We just call it the Grown. We're serving the Grown in a martini glass. I think in the past I've served it in like a Jack and Jill glass. Is that what those are called? The little like. Anyways.
The Collins glass?
It's a little
Tall,
like
skinny?
it's a little like stemmed like coupe style, but it's more like chimney. Anyways, it's really adorable and fancy. But it's just a nice sour glass because you can see the layers.
I think it just
Anyways, so whenever I'm making a sour, that goes up. So Negronis go on the rocks, a sour goes up, and there's these rules, right? You're not supposed to stir whiskey unless there's citrus in it, or egg white, or whatever. So whenever there's a rule where you're not supposed to do something, there's always some sort of exception because it's just the optimal way to drink the drink. And I think I was telling Todd earlier, and he said I should share this story. Once I was out and I ordered a sour, and it came on the rocks, and I couldn't fucking believe it, like the egg white sour. Because the whole point of the egg white in the drink is it adds like viscosity and texture to the drink, and so it's like this like other element there. And when you put that on ice, like the ice like is the texture, and it's too cold, and the egg white like sticks to the ice. And so I never would serve an egg white drink on the rocks. It seems
you wouldn't have an omelet on the rocks.
Right.
I mean,
Well, who would put rocks in their breakfast?
No. Come on.
So don't put it in your drink either. So again, it's sour. If it's a sour, serve it up. Serve it up and neat and double strained. That way you don't have eggshell in it and there's no chunks. The best part is the consistency of the drink. It's really silky and smooth. And if you put ice in that, it just the water's gonna melt and dilute it and just fuck that whole like science experiment up. And so that being said, let's get to the science experiment because I love a good sour and I love a good Negroni, and so this is kind of a fun drink.
What I like about this drink is we're gonna show them how to make a very nice standard Negroni.
Be nice.
And then we're gonna show them how to class it up even one more step with an egg white, dry shake it, strain it,
Drink it.
and then drink it.
Totally. So you always want to start with your egg white.
What's this process like? Because this is going to be confusing for people sometimes.
Some people don't know how to crack eggs.
You have to isolate the egg white.
The trick is you don't want to eviscerate the eggshell when you crack it. So you just kind of like hit it on a flat surface until you get like until you feel the shell break. And then you pull the ends apart a little bit and try to get half and half or a third and 2/3 or whatever. So you at least have two little cups from the shell. And then you can dump the egg back and forth, aiming the yolk at the cups while the white, as you see, just drops in and we still have the yolk. So the yolk will you can save it for other things if you want to make an eggnog or whatever, you set it aside. We're not going to use it today, so we'll just toss it.
You can chug it if you're training for a boxing match.
It's true. It's a good source of fat, protein. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I always like to start with the egg white just because if you do mess up, get some yolk in there or some shell in there, you can fish that out before you start building your cocktail, and you're not gonna have to like toss all your booze because you just contaminated your whole drink with egg yolk, because the yolk will actually mess with the froth, and it won't be the same consistency.
That'd be alcohol abuse.
Yeah. So start with your egg white, and then we're gonna do a little citrus. It's a Negroni, so I think a good orange tug would be the proper. So I'm gonna say like just half an ounce of orange juice. You don't want a whole ton because it's not that necessary in the drink. It's just there to give you that little bit of citrus.
And for all your Negroni drinkers at home, this is not something you do for a classic Negroni. This is just for the sour version that you'd squeeze the citrus in.
Well, in a lot of classic Negronis too, you're gonna get an orange wedge, and so you're gonna have a little bit of that orange juice in there. Yeah. It's part of the flavor profile on the Negroni already, and we'll do an orange peel to garnish it. But this just gives you a little bit of citrus to connect that peel to the drink too.
Your mom's part of the flavor.
You wish. That's right. Todd's been a victim of your mama jokes for the last 6 years, and he's just starting to come into his own with them.
My mom's ready for her. It's her turn.
Your mom's ready to come into her own? Yes.
This won't be on the internet, right?
So it's fully on the internet, and your mom's gonna watch. I'm just kidding. Maybe, who knows? So we're doing our equal parts. So that was 1.5 ounces of sweet vermouth. This is 1.5 ounces of Campari. You say it like.
Yeah, nice pronunciation.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna knock that. Yeah. It's authentic.
All right. Make sure your gin's even open. 1.5 ounces of gin.
Ooh, this should be interesting. Is Hendrick's cucumber gin?
It's not cucumber gin. It's just gin.
Well, that's cucumber in it.
Whatever.
I think it's going to be really good, is what I was going to say.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so notice the dry shake going. Let's walk them through this process.
Well, we've talked about this before on the show because we've made a couple couple sours in the past. No, it's not necessary. I'm strong.
Okay. Fine. But let's tell them about how they could do this.
Sure. Okay.
If you don't want to overshake.
Here's the process. So when you're making an egg white drink, you want to start with a dry shake. And a dry shake means that you're doing it without ice. So you have all your liquid with the egg white and your citrus in the cup, in the tin, I should say. A fun way to, if you want to add extra froth, is you take the spring off of your strainer and drop that in there. That's going to act as a whisk as you shake, and it's going to help froth the egg white.
It's like making whipped cream.
Seriously. And if you want to make whipped cream, you can totally do that in one of these. Heavy cream and sugar and one of these little springs, and you have whipped cream. That's how bartenders make whipped cream from scratch.
Oldest bartender trick.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to seem fancy, even though you ain't fancy.
So you pop it shut. These beautiful shakers from Barfly. We love those guys. They give us the highest quality shit to work with, and I love it. This is the gunmetal, and this is probably one of my favorite shakers. It's just damn sexy. Here we go.
You ain't wrong.
Dry shake. Feel like I'm looking away so you can get the flex.
For those of y'all that don't know, this is Joey's infinity shake.
You hear that spring in there shaking?
I hear it.
So there's your dry shake. We're gonna add some ice to our.
The shake is a two-shake process. Got to dry shake it to froth the egg white.
And now we're gonna chill it.
Yep.
And continue frothing the egg white a little bit because the spring's still in there. You wanna try? Here, check for a minute.
Okay. Hey,
show me your.
If you get tired, that's fine. You just gotta ask me. You have to bring in the relief pitcher.
Just kidding. There's nothing in this one.
There you are, friend.
All right. These metal tins are real fun. We kind of hard to get apart. Not really though. You just kind of give it a pop, pop. Comes across. So now we want to get our spring out. Because we got to use it to strain.
The bar slinky.
There we go. So put it back on your strainer. Get your glass out. And for these, it's not fully necessary, but I like to use the double strain on it. Just in case you got any egg white or anything in there, it'll strain it out. Or any pulp from the orange. And it just kind of helps with the consistency of the drink.
I'd say that was an expertly measured cocktail.
I'm pretty fucking good at my job. No big deal. I mean, thank you.
Being entertaining on the internet?
Yeah, this isn't even a job anymore. It's just fun. Yeah. So, I can't say that.
What are you going to do with that orange?
Guess what, guys? We're doing the orange peel garnish. That's right. Because you know what they say about orange peel? It's like ketchup. It goes on everything. Not really. All these drinks are just orange.
I think you just said that.
I just said it.
That's sexy. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
I'd pay $20 for that cocktail.
Would you drink that? I'd drink that. That's a Negroni Sour. What else do I need to say?